PDX tonight. The 2017 NBA Draft is happening this eve. And the question is, who are the Blazers going to take? Orlando Sanchez is at the Moda Center for some of the draft night festivities. Orlando, the Blazers already selected a pretty decent pick at number 15. What do we got?
Brian, that was the crazy thing, and that's why 900 people showed up to the Moda Center to figure out what in the world were the Blazers going to do. They had 3 first-round picks. That's more picks than they've had in the last 3 years combined. And we found out they went ahead and made a move, trading the 15th and 20th picks to the Sacramento Kings, and they made that deal to get the 10th pick, taking Zach Collins at Gonzaga. Now, the deal is still called proposed. It's not official yet, but all signs point that the Blazers have the 10th pick, taking Zach Collins out of Gonzaga. And let me tell you a little bit about the big fella. He was a one and done, 1 year at Gonzaga. He's 19 years old, and here's the part that I think Blazers fans will really like. He's 7 feet tall. He's got length. He can block shots, and he can get buckets. The man can stretch the floor. The upside on this guy is huge. Even SB Nation saying this could be one of the steals of the draft. So we found out what the Blazers did with one of their picks, and now a second one trading it. They still have the 26 to go. We asked fans out here, what should the Blazers do at draft night? Here's some of the funny stuff that they had to say.
I would love to see us get Jordan Bell. He would replace Wesley Matthews, and it would be so cool to have a spicy guy in the middle that knows how to take care of guys. Push him out of the way so we can get the baskets.
We trade one or two of the picks, and we're going to package 2 of our players that are making too much money.
The guy that has a 7.5-foot wingspan, we need him.
Add a core piece to Lillard, McCollum, and Nurkic, one more, and then Durant gets hurt. I think that's all we really need.
See, we've all got needs, and everyone has an idea on what the Blazers should do. Some of them are funny, some of them are serious, and that's the beauty of this, is you don't know what's going to happen. The first round is about 22, 23 picks in. The Blazers still have the 26th, and who knows, maybe they move out of that pick, maybe they select someone. But as of right now, Brian, they have Zach Collins at the 10th pick out of Gonzaga, and you remember the run that they went on at the national championship, getting all the way to the finals. The kid can play. It's whether or not it translates to the NBA level, but right now a lot of positive feedback on Zach Collins as he makes his transition to the pros.
He's like you pack some muscle on the guy. Think about what he can do with the Bosnian Beast underneath. 7 feet, put on another like 30, 40 pounds. Unstoppable.
Exactly, and that's a guy that can complement a guy like Jusuf Nurkic. Zach Collins can spread the floor. They can run kind of a high-low where you have one man in the paint and another one playing the perimeter. This will stretch out the floor. This is one of those modern big guys that most NBA teams are moving towards. So you get a guy like Zach Collins that can spread the floor. I think this is a smart move. It's a huge move that the Blazers are making to give away 2 picks for 1. Let's hope that for Rip City's sake it works out.
Yeah, or maybe free up some space and bring back Kevin Love. Have a nice power forward down there too. That'd be good. Oh, I love that. It'd be like a nice homecoming.
Yes, I know a lot of people. Yes, a lot of people are hoping that maybe the moves aren't done yet. He was one of those. Kevin Love was one of the names that's popped up.
Yeah.
Paul George popped up, and even LaMarcus Aldridge was another name that people were wondering about. Now, obviously, that hasn't taken place, and 2 of their top assets are already gone with this trade to get Zach Collins. But you never know. The night is still young.
That's right. The night's not
NBA
over.
Draft.
Dude, have some fun tonight, man. It's not over yet. Still ahead. Thanks so much, Orlando. The